Thank you everyone for your questions. Let's look at the first question that you asked about theories and discuss the philosophy of education as we know. To whom can we credit certain ideas and beliefs? In front of each of you is a card with a theory and a belief printed on them. I'd like to call on one of you to read one of those things, and then the group can decide where on this chart can we attribute it to. Perhaps we don't know that much about Maria Montessori, but we know about Dewey and Piaget, and where would all these theories go? And we'll complete the chart. So would someone please pick up any one of the cards and read it out loud? Education begins unconsciously almost at birth, continually shaping the individual's powers, saturating his consciousness, forming his habits, and training his ideas and arousing his emotions. Who can we attribute that to? That's correct, Dewey. Dewey believed that education began almost at birth. What about you? Would you like to share yours? Thank you. The teacher is not to stand off and look on, but participate and sharing in an activity. Whose theory, whose idea was that? Yes, Piaget, exactly, Piaget. He felt that way, that you should take part in an activity. Okay, another one, please. What about social constructivism? Students need to have the social interaction of expressing their thoughts as well as listening to another student in order for the information to get across and discover further questions. Exactly. Vygotsky, yes, he liked the social constructivism. Does someone have one that talks about cognitive construction? Yes, would you read that, please? Thank you. Children construct their own knowledge, promoting hands-on activity. Whose is that? Everybody. Piaget, exactly. Next, would someone like to follow? Yes. Accommodation and assimilation. Children actively process the material with which they are presented. Again, Piaget, very good. Okay, learning is active. Children come to school to do things. They live in a community which give them real guided experience, which fosters their capacity to contribute to society. Yes, that is Dewey. Excellent. Who has the zone of proximal development? That I can do it with help and stretching the learner to what comes next. Yes. Vygotsky, yes, over here, good. What have we missed? Language is fundamentally and primarily a social instrument. Language is the device for communication. It is the tool through which one individual comes to share the ideas and beliefs. It kind of sounds like Piaget, but it comes from Dewey. So we can see how there are similarities, like we all learned in our education courses. Yes. What about, yes, you. The development of language and articulation of ideas was central to learning and development. That's Vygotsky again. Okay, then whatever is left is going to go on to Montessori. So I'm going to call on someone to read Montessori's and see how they fit with the other theories. Who is number 10? Thank you. The goal of education is to be able to find activities that are so intrinsically meaningful that we want to throw ourselves into them. Children find tasks to develop their naturally emerging capacities, and they become interested and concentrate on them deeply. Now, if you put that here, we can see how they are similar. Activities, that's construction. Children find tasks to develop natural capacities, okay? That has to do with the accommodation and assimilation of Piaget right up here. Okay, next, thank you. Child-centered concepts that lead to development. Auto-education with didactic material, individualized education, independence, and the prepared environment. Non-graded grouping. That doesn't mean you don't grade them. It means that they're not just in a grade, all first graders together, all second graders. Education of the senses is what is also part of that question that Montessori has. That has to do with being able to construct your knowledge as well. And the last one, yes, education is not something the teacher does. Excuse me, it is a natural process which develops spontaneously in the human being. It is not acquired by listening to words, but by experiences in which the child acts on his environment, which is constructivism. The teacher's task is not to talk, but to prepare a special environment made for the child.